So in the last lecture, we had covered up to this point, threshold pump power. Okay, we have seen this formula also, PT, and this highlighted one is the important formula. Or this, with the help of this, one can find out what is the minimum amount of pumping I need to supply so that my laser output will come out from the system. Okay, so and if you move it down, so there is this example also where all such parameters are given. So you see the value of n, that means number of atoms or particles they have given. The lifetime is also given 10 raised to minus 3 second of the order of, yani millisecond ke interval ka 3 millisecond. And same way you see the pumping frequency also they have given. Okay, so all such data they have given, and then you have to find out the minimum pumping power. And then of course there are certain things which is there on the screen. So all these things we'll discuss maybe in the case of tutorial. So right now I'm skipping this one. So this time, by this time, I hope that you people are clear with the 3-level system as well as 2-level system also. So now coming to the 4-level system. But before going to the 4-level system, you need to think what is the requirement of 4-level. Okay, because you already have seen the case of 2-level system, 3-level. So 2-level is very clear. You cannot be able to generate laser light. 3-level, you have seen that we can generate the laser light with the help of 3-level. Then why we are moving for the 4-level system? So the point is in the 3-level, yes. So in the case of 3-level system, okay, that output is very small. So what is happening? Let me give you in one single picture. In 3-level system, your input power is more, output power is less. ओके, दैट मीन्स आप इनपुट काफी ज्यादा अप्लाई कर रहे हो लेकिन आपका आउटपुट काफी कम आ रहा है. दो नो डाउट यू आर एबल टू जनरेट लेजर लाइट, बट दैट लेजर आउटपुट or the power output is very less. Okay, sometimes in the case of in roughly around milliwatt or something. So you see when you perform the numericals, that time you see that the input power you are supplying in the range of kilowatt or something. Okay, but the output power we are getting around in terms of milliwatt. So you see the factor kilowatt input में आप दे रहे हो, and then ultimately you are getting the milliwatt output. So how much, I mean, there is a large energy loss basically. So that all, I mean, you are supplying so much energy but you are getting very less output. So that's why that particular system is not efficient, one can say. But still people are considering that wherever the requirements are minimum. Okay, so अगर आपका requirement केवल कुछ millimeter का ही है, few millimeters, then of course you can go for such kind of setups. But if you require large power output, okay, let's say suppose if you want to cut down something, so this laser systems or laser can be useful for cutting industry also, cutting, welding. So in that case you require large power output. So that power output, okay, cannot be generated with the 3-level system. So of course you need to go for the next level, that is 4-level laser system. So that's how everything which we studied, there is to be a clear picture in your mind why we are going to study that part, what is the drawbacks from the earlier system, and what is the benefit of using the new system. So all such things you have to look at it out properly. So now I told you that what is the difference between 3-level and 4-level systems. So now let's talk about the 4-level system in depth. So you see the diagrams again on the screen, and again I'm emphasizing you people to always focus on the diagram. Okay, because once the diagram is clear to you, then everything related to that you can write in your own words. Okay, you don't need to type or write copy pasted stuff. You can write as per your understanding from the diagram itself. So let me suppose I am having this diagram with me. So you can see that 4 levels are there. Okay, so the starting point is again similar. Consider an atomic system having 4 energy levels. Okay, and each energy levels you can assign the energies also as well as number of particles also. Okay, so E1, E2, E3, E4, like that you can define the energy for all 4 levels. Same way N1, N2, N3 also you can define the number of particles or atoms in each level as you see in the screen. Okay, and then you see, of course it is clear that the E4 is very largest basically compared to E3. E3 is large compared to E2, and E1 is having the smallest energy level possible. Okay, and same way N1, N2, N3. But if you look at carefully again, let me tell you that the sum of all these 4, N1 plus N2 plus N3 plus N4, is going to be a constant again, because when you talk about a system, the total number of particles are always constant in a system. Okay, however it may distribute in some random order, that is a different thing, but at a time if you consider the total number of particles, that will be a constant number always. Fine. So now coming to this again, as you see, let me annotate it over here. Okay, so now you see this is your pumping power. Okay, now again you have to consider that how much amount of pumping. So you need to provide the pumping in the order of, let's say, h nu p. Okay, but how much it is, that the pumping amount is enough so that it can lift the particles or atoms which are there in the ground level. Okay, they can absorb this energy and reach directly to this level number 4. Okay, so that much amount of energy you need to provide so that they can directly jump to the level number 4. But of course, again, I'm saying or repeating the same thing. Or there are probabilities, or there are chances that instead of reaching to the level 4, this can stuck to this level 2 also, or they can stuck to level 3 also. But again, I consider that if I provide this much amount of frequency or high energy from the source, then I expect that majority of the particles will reach to this level number 4 over here. Okay, but remember, chances are everywhere, like this 1 to 3 is also there, 1 to 2 is also there, so you cannot neglect it. But compared to this 1 to 4, this 1 to 3 and 1 to 2 is very less. Okay, so that's why many times we are skipping this. And then you see again this level number 4. Okay, as usual, again, if you compare with the 3 level system, now this level 4 will be having very less lifetime. Kitna? Again same, let me write it down. So it is again 10 raised to minus 8 second. Okay, so 10 raised to 8 minus 8 second is the lifetime of this level 4. So what will happen because of that? The particles which are coming to the level 4, they are in the excited state, but they cannot stay for a longer time. So what happens after spending this much amount of time interval, okay, 10 raised to minus 8 per second around, they will come down to the immediate level, that is level number 3. And you see, because the lifetime is very less, so that process which is happening from 4 to 3, it is very fast. Okay, just like in the 3 level case. And you see again it is a non-radiative one. Okay, so it's a fast, very fast decay and non-radiative also, you see. So with the help of that, they will come out to this level number 3 over here at this point. Okay, but now again the lifetime of this level 3 is large compared to this one. How much it is? The same, around 10 raised to minus 3 or minus 4 second we are keeping. Okay, so here the lifetime is large, just like 3 level system. Now what happens? The particles which are coming to this level number 3, okay, because of this lifetime, they are going to stay in this level number 3 for a longer period of time. Okay, so that means they are getting accumulated over here in level number 3. In the meantime, this pumping process is going on continuously. So you see the number of particles from this lower level are getting lifted and reaching to the upper level, and after that it will come to the level number 3. So basically at this level 3 they are getting accumulated, but at level 1 this number of particles are getting reduced. Okay, so because of this pumping is going on continuously. And now you see, after spending this much time interval also in the level number 3, it has to come down to the lower level, of course, because it is in the excited state of level 3. And because of this lifetime, it's a larger lifetime, people are calling it as a metastable state also. Okay, so don't need to confuse. Sometimes either you can directly say as a level 3 where the lifetime is large compared to other levels, or you directly say where the lifetime is more, that level we are knowing as a metastable state. Okay, and then after spending this much time interval also, now it will come down to the immediate lower level. That means here it is in this case. Okay, so what will happen? You see, when it is coming down to this level 2, it is emitting the laser from this side. Okay, and remember I have given you, see, h nu 1 I have denoted. In the beginning I consider h nu p corresponding to the maximum energy level difference between level 1 to level 4. But here you see this h nu 1 is corresponding to the energy level difference between level 3 and level 2 only. Okay, so that's why I have denoted with some random nu 1 or something. If you want, you can write nu l also. अगर आपको लगता है कि लेजर से डिनोट करना है, then you can write new L also, doesn't matter, but make it different compared to the original one so that people can identify, yes, pumping energy is different and laser output is different. And here coming to this level number 2, so this level 2 is again having the lifetime, but somewhere in between these two. So it has lifetime around 10 raised to minus 4 to minus 6 or 4 to minus 6 something. Okay, sorry, let me remove it out. Yeah, so this one has around 10 raised to minus 4 to 6 seconds something. Okay, so what happens because of that, these numbers, because this has the largest lifetime. Okay, when they will come down to this level, again whatever the particles they are coming here, you need to make it down you need to bring it down to the lower level. Why? Because our purpose is to get n upper compared to n lower. That means upper level must have large number of particles compared to the lower level. So here this level 3 will work your upper level, this level 2 will work your lower level. Okay, so basically this number of particles has to be large compared to this. And how it can be possible? It is possible only whenever the particles are getting decayed to this level 2, immediately you have to bring it down to this level 1 again. Okay, so what happens because of that? Virtually, I mean, so this has the maximum number of particles, but at the same time here the number of particles are almost negligible. Okay, because the lifetime is again small, you see. So they will come down to this level again, to this lower level or level number 1. So from this level 3 to level 2 you are getting the laser light. This is what the general principle of 4 level system is there. Okay, and again of course there are a few more things you have to keep in mind in this picture. So I think we'll discuss maybe on the next slide, but let me compare with the earlier 3 level system. And if you remember, I have given you the example also. Okay, वो स्कूल वाला एग्जांपल था आपका. सो अगेन लेट मी टेक विद दैट एग्जांपल. ये आपका कुछ, ये आपका कंफर्टेबल स्टेट जिसमें आप घर पर हो. ये आपके पेरेंट्स, आपके टीचर्स जो आपको एनर्जी सप्लाइड करते हैं, राइट, आपको मोटिवेट करते हैं. दैट विल बी दिस वन. So you will be coming out to this. Again, let me remind you, some people may stuck to this level 2, level 3 also, but that numbers are very less. So I'm not bothering about that. So I will consider only this one. And there you know that the lifetime is very less because immediately you need to attend the class. So this is your class. So level 3 is now your class. Okay, where you need to spend a lot of time. And when after spending, you have to come down to home, of course, but somewhere let's say कि आपका 4 से 5 घंटे का क्लास है, but उसके बाद if any sports related activity, if it is there, right, then of course your output will be increased in that case. So compared to the earlier level where after attending the class directly you are going to the home, but rather than if you attend the lecture and after lecture if you participate in some activities, sports related activities or any other activities whichever you like. Okay, so that will enhance your performance compared to the earlier case. So that's how you can take the example in that case. So level 3, wherever you get most of the knowledge with you people, when going to the home, if you pass certain amount of time in some activities, games, etc., that is your level 2. And then if you go to your home, so of course home घर पे तो जाना ही है सभी को, but if you follow this mechanism, of course your performance is going to be large. And this is again a real life example. So you can follow that also. कभी आप try करना, कभी आप lecture से direct आप, अभी तो offline class नहीं है आपका, but if you come to this or you might have faced also in your schooling time. So अगर आप एक क्लास अटेंड करने के सीधे घर पे आते हो, then you may have some different thing. But if you are coming with such kind of setups where some physical activities or is also there, sports or something, then easily your output is going to be very large. I mean the performance is very good compared to the 3 level system. So yes, 4 level system is having high performance compared to the 3 level system. Okay, and if I summarize this, so what people are considering that in this 4 level system, this level 3 has almost maximum number of particles, level 2 is almost negligible number of particles, and that is how they can achieve the population inversion between level 3 and level 2 in the 4 level system. Okay, so again if you speak theoretically, then theoretically what may be the possible case? This level 3 has to be almost infinite number of particles, level 2 has to be almost 0 number of particles. Okay, so that is the ideal case. So that's what one can achieve between this level 3 and level 2, where the maximum particles are there in level 3, very less or negligible particles are there in level number 2. So people achieve this inversion criteria, and that is the requirement for such things. Okay.
Sir?
Yeah, please.
Sir,
The time that you wrote for E4, E3 and E2, like if
Yes.
E3 was 10 raised to minus 3, then how can E2 be less than that? That is 10 raised to minus 6.
Yeah, yes. So I will coming to that point only. It is not like मेरे मन में आया and then I have pasted this number. Basically, there are some mechanisms, okay, by which you can control the lifetime of such levels. Okay, how to control it? That all we are going to discuss. There are certain methods. Okay, mechanisms are there by which they are controlling the lifetime. And why it is important, I told you that अगर मैं इसको लाइफ टाइम कंट्रोल नहीं करूंगा लेवल 2 का, so what will happen कि वो जो जो पॉपुलेशन इन्वर्जन होना चाहिए था, that will not be possible in that case. Okay, so we'll discuss in the next slide. We are coming to that only कि how we can control the lifetime of level 2.
Okay, so like we can increase the lifetime of a lower level energy, like lower energy level, to more time or less time.
Yes, yes, there are mechanisms by which you can control it. You can control it. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. Someone other also is having some doubt.
Level 4 efficient level. Upper level system must be the more efficient, no? Level 4.
You mean to say, I mean, next further level? Or
Yes.
you mean to say next further 5 level, 6 level something?
And
Yeah,
there should
but that is fine. You can go. Yes, correct. You can go for that. But actually, in this case itself, you can get the maximum output. So you don't need to move for 5 level or 6 level system. Okay. Because ultimate criteria is your N2, yani that means upper level particle has to win the maximum number, and that can be achievable in level 3. And lower level has to be minimum level, so minimum number of particles. So in level 2, it almost negligible number of particles. So that's why here itself you are going to achieve that criteria. So no need to go for 5 or 6. But if you want, you can always go to that. No, it's not a problem.
previous classes we used to do like that we were supplying amount of energy and pushing the particles to the upper energy levels, and then we used to bring down. So why we don't get
Yes.
lasers?
No, I
Because
didn't get.
phenomena
Previously
is
also
the
you
same.
supplied the energy. Yes, but there are only three possible energy states are available. Okay, here it is 4 possible energy levels. Yes,
सर एनर्जी लेवल डिफरेंस बिटवीन सेकंड एंड फर्स्ट और थर्ड एंड सेकंड के बीच में कौन किसका ज्यादा होगा?
ज्यादा आपके 3 से 2 के बीच में ये दिस इज जस्ट ओनली फॉर द डायग्राम पर्पस. ओके, बट एक्चुअली इफ यू सी आई विल गोइंग टू कवर दैट आल्सो. सो ये जो 2 से 1 के बीच का डिफरेंस है वो भी काफी कम है. 4 से 3 के बीच का डिफरेंस है वो भी काफी कम है. मैक्सिमम आपके 3 से 2 के बीच का है. Okay, and depending on the energy level difference, your output will come out. तो जितना ज्यादा डिफरेंस होगा यानी उतनी ज्यादा एनर्जी वाला बीम निकलेगा. ज्यादा एनर्जी मींस ज्यादा फ्रीक्वेंसी मींस लोअर वेवलेंथ. Okay, and that is why you can see visible color laser light also, you can see UV color also. Okay, sorry, UV laser light also, you can see infrared laser light also. So all such things can be possible depending on the energy level difference. अगर ज्यादा होगा कम होगा तो आपको पता ही है कि एनर्जी कैसे रिलेट होती है वेवलेंथ के साथ में. सो अकॉर्डिंगली वन कैन गेट इट. सो अगर इफ डिफरेंस इज लार्ज, ओके, दैट मींस वेवलेंथ इज स्मॉलर, एंड लाइक दैट यू कैन अरेंज दैट कि आपको कौन सा रिक्वायरमेंट है किस चीज का. यस.
When we are saying that from N4 to N3 there is a fast non-radiative transition, and from
Yes.
N3 to N2 there is a laser being emitted. So can
Yes.
the reverse be possible, that N4 to N3 we get a laser and N3 to N2 there is a fast non-radiative transition? Because if we are discussing probabilistic things over here, so then either of them should be possible.
Yeah, that is correct. Either of them are possible, but the only thing is, see, the main purpose is the upper level because of this lifetime. Okay, main thing is the lifetime, which plays the important role. Okay, so whatever the upper level, the excited level, very excited level, that has very less lifetime, and that is why you are not able to generate laser light from that. Of course, you cannot deny that probability. Okay, because if you go to the 4 level system, that time we can see in the case of helium neon laser that sometimes we are getting the laser output from 4 to 3 also. Okay, but in general, let me say again that this level is having very high energy. Okay, so as well as the lifetime is also very less in that case. So that is why you are not able to see the laser light very often from level 4 to level 3. Okay,
And
is
sir,
it clear now?
from
Yeah.
yes sir, and from N2 to N1 there is a spontaneous transition
Yes.
from N2 to
Yes.
N1. So
Yes.
that would mean that energy should be released out from the system. So then like that wavelength
No,
difference between
here, no, it is spontaneous. Now here this photon will come out, but that is spontaneous photon. Okay, from 2 to 1, spontaneous process will be there, photon will come out, but only single photon will be there, right? So that is random, only oriented. It is not laser light.
So that would not interfere with the light that is being emitted from the laser?
No, again, there are mechanisms. See, many times, this is just an example, but when you go to the helium neon laser system, that time you see with one laser system, we are getting 3 output. Okay, so I mean, we need to place filters. So whichever output you required, you keep that only, other you need to suppress. Okay, so similarly, if you are saying that this photon is getting trouble or something, then you need to keep some filters, ताकि ये जो है ये कुछ disturbance create ही नहीं करे आपके system में. Are you getting that?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes. Okay, so let me move it. All this process or working which I explained to you with the help of diagram, it is written over here. Okay, so if you want, you just can go through just in 1 or 2 minutes, or let me move it to the next one because it is nothing but the same thing we have discussed. Okay, and all such things are available in books also, so you can refer anytime. Now coming to the important point, which you people may be asking during this also. So you look at here, this level 2 part. Okay, the role of level 2 here. So you see level 2 is required to be sufficiently above the ground level. Okay, so mujhe usko see, as I told you, there is a difference between level 3 and level 2, but what is about level 2 and level 1 difference? So level 2 you need to place, okay, at proper height from the ground level. Why? Otherwise, what will happen at normal temperature, or even though if you increase the temperature with a little amount also, then you see this level number 2 is almost unpopulated. ओके, सो आपको क्या रखना है, थोड़ा सा लेवल ऊपर रखना है उसको, सो दैट आप उसको अनपॉपुलेट करके रखो. अगर आपने बिल्कुल पास कर दिया तो वो पॉपुलेट होगा, वो खाली हो नहीं पाएगा, बिकॉज इट इज वेरी नियर टू द लेवल 1. एंड दैट इज व्हाई इट इज ऑलवेज सजेस्टेड दैट कि लेवल 2 को आप इनफ डिस्टेंस पे लेवल 1 से ऊपर रखना है. ओके, देन ओनली number of particles can down from level 2 to level 1. Other requirement is this one, how to control the population of level 2. Okay, so that can also be controlled by reducing the temperature of the system. Okay, so agar aap system ka temperature thoda kam karoge, so that also will help you out to bring the number of particles from level 2 to level 1. So by these two arrangement, okay, one can get the laser output properly between level 3 to level 2. Okay, तो अगर ये करते हैं, then only that number of particles will be getting down to the ground level. So this you consider as an important point. Okay, because level 2 plays an important role. अगर इसको मैं खाली नहीं कर पाऊंगा, if it is not getting unpopulated, then it will create the problem. क्योंकि अगर नहीं होगा तो फिर अगेन वही चीज होगी कि जो डिफरेंस है पार्टिकल का वो सही से मेंटेन नहीं हो पाएगा. So let me move to the next. These are the rate equations you can write also. So this part right now I'm leaving for you people. If you have gone through all such 4 levels, then try to write with your own. And second thing is, this is not in your syllabus, this rate equations for the 4 level system. Theory etc. diagram is there, but this part is not there. So if you are interested, I have prepared the content in general. So if you are interested in this, you can go through that. Okay, you can write with your own, because now I told you how to write the rates for different levels. So same way you can try out for 4 level, 3 level, 2 level and ground level. So, and again remember, always try with the maximum level, okay, the upper level basically. So here I have written first the level number 4. Then you see the third one. Okay, then you can write for level 2, level 1 also. But remember, जितना ज्यादा आप टर्म्स रखोगे उतना ज्यादा कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी आपके सिस्टम में होगा, उतना ज्यादा डिफिकल्टीज आपको होगा उसको सॉल्व करने में. ओके, सो दैट इज व्हाई मेनी टाइम्स you have to neglect the terms wherever you see that probabilities are less. Okay, you skip that term basically. Okay, so here is the thing we need to discuss again. Okay, so till now we have covered all such 2 level system, 3 level system, 4 level system. Okay, now we are coming actually to the laser systems. Okay, so these are the different systems you can see on the screen based on the material, solid state. Okay, because the material is in solid form. Then gaseous lasers. Okay, material is in gas form. Liquid lasers, liquid के form में है. Excimer lasers, semiconductor lasers. Of course materials are there, but all such lasers are emitting the output in different wavelength. Okay, so you see this solid state lasers, there are various categories inside that also. Okay, Ruby laser, ND arc, ND glass laser, something. But in your syllabus, this Ruby laser is there. Let me annotate the one which you have to study in your syllabus, that is this Ruby laser, okay, which is coming under this category, solid state laser. Second is, you see, gas lasers. In gas lasers also there are various types, okay, but the one which is there in your syllabus is this helium neon. Okay, so these two are there in your syllabus. Rest are also there, but it is not included in the syllabus. But if you people are interested, then you can always go through. All such contents are available in several books, so you can always refer to that. And liquid lasers are also there, dye laser, excimer laser. So this excimer laser will provide you the output in case of UV range. Okay, semiconductor lasers are also there. So all such laser systems are there. Provided if you are interested in such stuff, you can always look forward.
Sir,
Okay,
where
but here,
excimer lasers?
where?
We can use these excimer lasers. Means how it
Yeah.
is.
See, so wherever, yes, wherever you see the requirement UV range, na, that's sometimes many things you need to do with the UV wavelength. Okay, so अगर आपको लगता है कि UV मुझे और वो भी मोनोक्रोमेटिक चाहिए, okay, wavelength में spread काफी कम हो, then always you can go for the excimer laser. Okay, so now you can find out wherever you face or you find the applications of UV. Okay, you can easily find out this laser. Excimer laser will be there. Okay, other such things will be in the case of nanomaterials. So when we are going to discuss your next topics, nanomaterials, that time also you can see these excimer lasers we are going to use, okay, in one particular applications.
Sir, any other lasers in our syllabus, or only Ruby and helium neon?
In your syllabus only Ruby and helium neon is there.
Okay.
Okay, because it is not complete full laser physics syllabus, it is a part of physics syllabus only, so that's why the limited topics we have covered over here. Okay, but if you go through for the dedicated laser physics syllabus, then of course all such things you need to go in details. Okay, now coming to this, let me discuss all such one by one. Ruby laser. Okay, so some basic things or basic stuff about this Ruby laser. So let me annotate it also so that it makes sense. So you see, fabricated by Maiman. If you remember, in the history part also we have discussed Maiman, Ali Javan, all such scientists we have discussed. Okay, so it is fabricated by Maiman in 1960. Second thing is active medium. Okay, so you see aluminum oxide doping with this chromium ions. So aluminum oxide is Al2O3 with the chromium ions. So that will be your active medium. Then you see third component, it is the energy levels. Important is this aluminum oxide is not, it is just a material, but important part is this chromium. Okay, so whenever, I mean, we have talked several times that energy levels, 3, 4 energy level something. So energy levels of what? So energy levels of a material. Which material? In this case, Ruby laser, energy materials of chromium ions we have to consider. So you see, so the energy levels of chromium ions which are taking part in this process. Okay, next you see how much amount of this chromium we are going to mix with this Al2O3. It's very less. You say even it's 0.05% only we are going to mix with the aluminum oxide Al2O3. Okay, so only this much amount itself will be able to generate the laser light from this system. And next you see the pumping source. Okay, just 1 minute. Yeah, so here you see again in the case of pumping source, so this lamp I told you many times, okay, when we were discussing about this optical pumping, that time we have discussed about, I may have told you that this flash lamp we have to use for pumping. And why we are using this one, I already told you that because this is efficient if the lasing system has the broad absorption bands. And if you remember, I also suggested that whenever you see the solid materials, so in the case of solid, the energy levels are very near to each other. Okay, so it makes a band form. And that is why such kind of arrangement, I mean, such kind of this pumping, optical pumping is useful in the solid material because their energy levels are nearby. It is forming a band. So this pumping is useful. And this is a type of example of optical pumping. Okay, source. So now let me come to the next point. Here is the setup. Okay, on the right hand side, you can see all such details related to this setup part. Okay, and first, can you please identify the components? If you remember, I told you that there are three main components of any laser device. So can you find out the components? Let me remind you, the first component is active medium, second is the pumping source, and the third is the optical resonator. So can you identify the components? All three are there or not?
Yes, sir, they are there.
Yes.
Yes, it is this yes, it is in form of rod, ruby rod, that is your active medium. Okay, then you see the set of mirror, that is your optical resonator, and see this is your power supply connected with this pump which you see in the circular shape. So that is your pumping. Okay, so all the three processes are there, and you see at one end we are taking out the laser beam also. So that's how all such components. Yes, so this power supply is connected to this lamp which you see in this format, okay, on the screen. So that is how this all three components are there in this ruby laser. All such components will be there in all the laser systems. So only thing is, first you need to identify where exactly the components are. Okay, and there are some other details also. You see the length of this particular ruby rod material is around 2 to 20 centimeter. Okay, the diameter also they have given around 0.1 to 2 centimeter. So since you have attended the tutorials, okay, tutorial number 1 you have attended, so now in your mind this particular distances or length has to be very clear, right? So you can imagine what may be the length, 2 to 20 centimeter, how much it is, and what will be the diameter. So you can imagine an object, okay, in your mind. Okay, this may be the object similar to this diameter, length, etc. And then again, if you see over here, sorry, yeah, the typical input energies. Okay, so how much input energies we need to supply? You see, it is in the order of 10 to 20 kilojoule. That means this much high energy we need to supply in the input. Okay, then only your laser output will be generated from the setup. Okay, working is again very simple. Don't need to go through this part. Okay, you can directly come to the setup. The next one, yeah. So whatever the laser systems we are going to cover, basically two which are there in syllabus: helium ruby laser and helium neon. So in both the setups, you need to focus on two diagrams. One is the device diagram, and the second is the energy level diagram. Okay, so energy level diagrams are really very important. So suppose if you have very less time in exam while writing, so you can skip the device diagram, that is fine. But if you skip this energy level diagram, then you almost missed maximum marks in that case. Okay, so that is why I am suggesting you that actually it is both are important. But if you want to skip anyone, then you skip device diagram, but don't skip this energy level diagram. Okay, because that is the main part of any laser system. So device diagram already we have seen for the ruby laser system. Now come to this energy level diagram. Okay, so here you can see on the screen, let me annotate it also so it may be clear to you people. So you look at, so this E1 and E2 is nothing but they are collectively level number 3 only. Okay, again in the diagram it seems there is some difference, okay, between these two, but in general these are very near to each other. Okay, and collectively this particular whole state we are considering as a level number 3. Fine. And then see, this is your ground state. Okay, and this
Sir,
is your
can you
metastable
repeat?
state. Yes.
Your voice was breaking. Can you repeat? Your
Okay.
voice was breaking.
Okay, so let me try again. So you see this energy level diagram. Okay, so this even which you see right now, even you see some differences also between them, but in general this E1 E2 are making only level number 3. Okay, because in solid they are very near to each other. So just for your understanding purpose, you see the difference, but otherwise they are very near. Okay, so collectively this I am considering as a level number 3. Okay, this is your ground level on the bottom, or you can write as a level number 1 also. And this at the middle part you see this line. Okay, this is your metastable state, or you can call it as a level number 2 also. Okay, so either way you can prefer. Just 1 minute, someone please mute. Okay, so now you see again, let me make it clear. So all this level 3, 1, 2, 3, you are familiar with that. So level 1 ground level, level 2 is the metastable state also. So that's why you see M is there, and you see the lifetime 3 millisecond. That's what we have discussed till now. And this is the case of 3-level system. Okay, so Ruby laser, remember Ruby laser is working on the 3-level system principle, and this E1, E2 is nothing but collectively they are forming the level number 3. Now what happens when you supply the energy from a pump, xenon pump, you see, okay. So this xenon pump is emitting 2 wavelength. One is at this 550 nanometer, another one is 400 nanometer. Either you write in angstrom or you write in nanometer, whichever you like. Angstrom में लिखना है तो 550, 500, 400 or 4000, but in nanometer you write 550 nanometer and 400 nanometer. Now look at carefully. This pump is emitting 2 wavelength. So according to that, that energy level will be there. Okay. So if 550 nanometer is there, that means wavelength is large. So energy will be less, and that is why it is reaching up to only this E1. But here you see the wavelength is less, 400 nanometer. So that is why the energy will be large. So it will go to the E2. Okay. So E1, E2, so it can reach, and that is why when you make this diagram, energy level diagram into the exam, so you please place these arrows properly. Otherwise thoda bhi mistake hua, then this particular setup may not be the correct one. Okay, so make it carefully. It's very simple. Larger wavelength means lower energy level. Smallest wavelength, that means slightly higher energy level you see. Okay, and remember, right now we see the difference, but actually these are collectively the level number 3 only. Now what happens? You have excited the number of particles to this level 3, providing this pumping energy. After certain time, not after, but immediately, as you know, this process is going to be happen very fast, non-radiative decay, because the time interval you see around 10⁻⁸ second, which I was talking about. So they will come down to this level number 2 over here. Okay, and there you see again the lifetime is more, so they will spend a lot of time, and when they are going to come down, okay, to this ground level, so that time they will emit the energy, that laser light, I mean the wavelength they are going to emit. How much it is the wavelength? It is 6943. Now how we come to this number? Okay, because the scientist who performed, Maiman, who performed this setup, he got this number. Why? Because this 6943 angstrom is nothing but the energy level difference between these two. So you find out the energy corresponding to this difference between level 2 and level 1, and you find out the wavelength that comes out to be this one. Now remember, this number can be changed, okay, if this energy level is getting either increase or decrease. अगर आप जितना ज्यादा चेंज करोगे, this is the standard one which Maiman got, but अगर आपको ये नंबर चेंज करना है, this wavelength is coming out from this energy level difference only. So अगर आप इसको ज्यादा करना है या इसको कम करना है, then all such things can be possible provided you change the difference between energy level 1 and 2. Okay, so that's why you see, and the same thing I have written in working. The energy level diagram, then again you can write the same thing in your thing different I have written over here to that only. The important part again, let me tell you that this Ruby laser, which is working on the 3-level principal system, sometimes people are knowing as a pulse laser also. Okay, why we are saying as a pulse? Because we are supplying the energy from a xenon lamp. Okay, and that xenon lamp you cannot make it continuously on, otherwise it will be getting very heated, and then after certain it may explode also, it may burn something. So what happens because of that, to protect the pump or the source, frequently you need to keep it off. Okay, जैसे आपका काम होता है, you need to make it off something, and that is why you are seeing the signal in form of pulse. तो जैसे आप pump on करोगे, correspondingly you will see the result, the laser output, but the moment your pump is off, there is no output. But again, if you make it on, then again you get the laser output. So that's why this particular line you see. Okay, so that's why we are getting first output depending on the source. क्योंकि सोर्स आपका जितने टाइम तक एक्टिव होगा, then only you will see this laser light. जैसे सोर्स बंद होता है, you will not see it. That is why you are getting the output in form of pulse. So people are calling it as a pulse laser also. So please be clear, because in exam it may come with any name. Okay, either, let me tell you that, either come with directly as Ruby laser, it may come at like the laser system which work on the 3-level principle, or it may come like pulse laser, Okay, so there may be variety of things people may ask related to that. Clear? The last
Sir?
one. Yeah, please.
Sir, this Ruby laser, is it a 3-level system?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
It is working on 3-level system principle.
Sir,
Okay.
here what is
Yeah.
about level?
क्या हुआ?
M level क्या है? M level.
Metastable state where the lifetime of that level is large compared to other levels. यानी वो थोड़ा जहाँ पे रुकने के उसके चांसेस ज्यादा है पार्टिकल्स के, that level we are saying is a metastable state. Is it clear now?
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, regarding what you said that like laser emission wavelength, like we can vary the wavelength of the laser emitted. So if we increase the difference between metastable state and the ground state, then is it like that we get a laser light of higher energy that is more useful or something like that?
Yeah, it is possible. See, but at the same time it depends on so many factors also. Okay, ये तो theoretically you can see, theoretically it's very clear. If you increase the energy level difference or decrease the energy level difference, you may get different output. But you need to depend on several other factors also. Which kind of source you have considered, alright? उतना energy proper है कि नहीं है, कितने तक possible होगा, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा कितना energy gap generate करवा पाओगे. So all such things will be there. But theoretically, if you speak, then looking to the energy level difference, one can get any output.
Okay, sir.
Okay, someone is asking about the lasers which children play. So basically that is the case of semiconductor lasers. Okay, and here are few interesting facts, something okay about Ruby laser. So these are just for reading purpose, so you can go through that, of course, but I have covered the main part of Ruby laser.